keep track of you at all. There you are.
Oh, YouTube.
You trying to set a record?
I got a remod mod.
What?
I've been trying to get this done since 2008.
Wow, you're a little late.
Well, you know, better late than never, right?
True.
So, come on over, we'll show them.
It's your caps and your covers you made.
These are covers that I made. See, back in 2008, when we had the 4240, I said, boy, you know, they got this tube going through there. What wasted storage space? Okay?
Yeah.
And then I said, well, then I looked down here and I said, what wasted storage space on both sides, right? So I could have went and got some plumbing caps or something and made them up to go in there, but I said, you know what? I never take the shortcuts. So I said, you know what I should do? I should make them out of aluminum, right? So that's what I did. Now I said, how am I going to keep them in there? So this is how I keep them in there, with O-rings.
Right.
Not only does it hold it in there, it does a twofold system. It holds them in there, plus it keeps it dry, right?
Yeah, true.
And of course I keep, you know, my sling in there.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So, which is a great place to put that. You don't have to have it in the cab or anything like that. But, it comes with a flaw.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, now, that one came out easy, because I just used that to get it off. Sometimes it can actually stick. I don't know if it's the moisture, you know, getting in behind, because if you look there now, there's a little bit of water. Just it's condensation is what it is, right? So I had two choices here. I could put a preheater in here and turn it on the cab just to heat up the tube before I go try to take this off, which was, you know. Then I said, no, I'm going to put a handle on them. So that's my next step. So you came up and caught me, because I'm supposed to be out here doing some machining for someone else.
That's right.
But they're in no rush. They said after Christmas.
That's right.
And I mean, this is a job that's been waiting to get done since 2008. So this has got priority now.
Exactly.
So come on over here.
That's 9 years. We'll soon be 10 years.
Yeah. So I've taken some, I guess, 1/2 inch aluminum round stock, which is there. I shouldn't be touching them with them old dirty gloves, because I got to paint them eventually.
You bead blast them, did you?
Yeah, I bead blast. I like to rough that stuff up.
Oh yeah, so paint will stick to it better?
Yes, the paint will stick to it better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my O-rings, clean all this up, clean this up, and I'm going to put this on here. But I'm going to have these bent up a little bit,
okay,
so they will look half decent, and that way I can grab onto them and.
Yes, and twist and pull it back.
So that's remodding another mod. I've only had to do that twice since out of all my mods.
That's right.
I've only had to remod, and they were always like little things, because you really don't see stuff how it acts until you give it a long trial period.
That's true.
All right?
Yeah, it has to be in use for a while.
Yeah, and I've had 2 things that I've had to remod, and this is the second one. So that's a pretty good, because I think the little BX, I think we've done everything from minor mods to major mods, and we're up to about 63 different mods.
That's incredible.
There's one big one on the engine we've never shown.
No.
And there's many little ones we've never shown.
That's right.
So, but at the same time, I mean, that's a lot of mods, and only have to remod 2 of them. So one was on the BX, and one was on the Grand L. So this is what I'm going to do here now. I'm going to, and the thing is with those things, see I had the right front? All those tubes are all different sizes.
Wow.
Because what happens is when you put the tube across the FEL, you weld it.
Right.
And it distorts. You go over to the other side, you make it, it's distorted. They're all off a little bit. So when you got an O-ring only about that height, It's essential that you get it right or they're going to fall out. Right? But they've never fallen out?
No, no.
So
And
that's what I'm
everyone's
gonna
tractor is going to be different because they're all
Well, that's the problem.
switched different.
That's
yeah.
the problem. Now, I can design something where one will fit all, but they won't look as good as this. I kind of like metal one. You know?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little bender out and I'm going to hook it on to where Chance is to. I haven't been able to get Chance out of the garage because it's been too slippery out.
That's right. It is slippery.
And I'm not taking a chance on dropping him.
No.
So he's going to... We're supposed to have a lot of rain Sunday.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah.
So if that slacks off, the snow will be gone. We'll be able to get Chance out of here. And yeah, so I'm going to go get my bender, which is... Come in here. Which is... this one here. I need to get that, but I need to mount it to my motorcycle ramp so I can just crook the other ends of those.
Right.
So we'll be back shortly.
We're doing measuring. Oh, yeah. So they got to be bent at that mark.
Yeah, give them, let's see what we can give them. We shall see here now.
Go around this
That's
side.
better off over here.
Oh, yeah. Opposite side. Sorry, guys, making you dizzy.
So I'm gonna chuck her in here. Chuck her there. Let's see here now. So we just see if we can make them a bit consistent, you know? We'll put her up here to 40 degrees. This is kind of all in my way here, but usually I'll preheat them a bit, but I'm just going to bend them slow. Bend them slow. If I ruin one, I'll just make another one. I think we'll go 60 degrees because I got a spring back. See, when I let it go, she...
Yeah. Yeah, we usually do this on the other end, but Chance
Yes,
is up
Chance is in the way. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Now I might have to change over this one because, see what's going on? It's not long enough. So that creates a problem. See if I can cheat a little bit here now. See if we can do a workaround. Because I'm not really that fussy. We're going to cheat a little.
If it works, it works. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So remember when I said 80 degrees?
Uh-huh.
Approximately.
Give or take.
That'll do.
Uh-huh.
That'll do. And I'm gonna give this one another little pluck. Sometimes, you know, you gotta, excuse the pun, bend the rules.
No pun intended.
See?
Yeah. Okay.
So it worked.
So it's gonna go flat on the duplicate.
Yeah,
And then
well.
you're gonna hand the grip.
Yeah, like this, see?
Exactly.
Right?
That's right.
It won't look too bad. Like that? Like that? No? No? Like that? Oh. Like that.
Like that.
Do you think I should take it or make it?
Like a dab. Tig it or mig it? Well, we got aluminum, so we got a tig.
No, we can make aluminum too.
Can we?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Okay, what is it? What's it going to be?
So I got a choice?
Yeah. First of all, what's the advantages of each?
Well, gee, Spy, I don't know. I was absent on that class.
How long have you been working here?
23 years.
Okay. And you don't know?
Well, as a need-to-know basis, and I didn't need to know. Because I'm leaving that up to
Okay. Well,
the
now, there's
staff.
going to be people that's probably going to disagree with me on this. I can MIG it, and MIG it is faster. That's why they
Okay.
use the spool gun. You seen me use the spool
Yes,
gun.
as fast as you can
Zip,
go.
drink. But I like to TIG it because TIGging it, you can get a nicer looking weld. You know, I can do a nice weld with MIG, but I find starting off with MIG in such confined areas is a little bit trickier. And plus, time is not of the essence. MIG is a more production tool.
Right.
Whereas TIG is more of a precision weld.
Good, see?
Okay, so my choice is going to be to TIG it.
TIG.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. But first of all, I have to go
Repeat the process.
3 more times.
Okay.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched?
Oh yeah, you are.
Look, what I'm doing. I got to blow the paint off of that
Okay.
so that I can start the welding process.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
So what are we going to be doing? Welding?
Be welding.
Yeah, but what type of welding?
TIG welding.
Is that right? Why are we going to be TIG welding?
Because it's a much nicer job.
Is that right? The easiest way to explain TIG welding is more control over your weld.
See, I'd have to be a welder to describe it that
Yeah,
way.
well, you know, when you start talking that way, people will think you're a welder.
Okay, well, works for me.
Yeah.
More control over my weld.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay, perfect.
You must be a welder.
I must be.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, I just saw you do something I wondered about.
Yeah, over show the weld. Look.
I saw you before you started. I'm not looking on this.
Because if you don't show them the weld, you can say, how come you didn't show us the weld?
Yeah, there you go. Show you the weld.
What think is that?
I think it's fabulous. One side, give you the other side.
We're going to do the other side next. Now, if you can, you might be able to film that but I don't,
Yeah.
I want you to close your eyes, okay? Or close one eye. You can get in there.
But listen, I wanted to know why you cut your rod.
My welding rod?
Yeah, I just saw you snap it in half.
That's a good question, actually.
I grabbed the camera and I saw you do it before you started.
Because that rod started about that long,
Yeah, exactly.
okay? And
Isn't
when
that
you're
waste?
welding, huh?
Isn't that a waste?
Now, when you're welding with a long rod and there's people in the area, you could poke their eyes out.
Oh, okay, so have a shorter for
I
safety.
mean, you come around and you're filming, or say if I was working with a crowd of people, somebody could walk by, and if I went like that just to check the well, I could poke their eyes out.
Oh,
Is So it's better off to...
Yeah, I'll zoom in from back here. But
you probably won't see it from zooming in. Zooming in, you're going to be too shaky. You got to get close, but you got to put one eye, close one eye, and...
when I hear you stare, I'll stare and follow away.
Yeah, because this got to heat up a bit first too. Show them. What I'm going to do, what I'm going to do in the new year, I'm probably going to start doing a few more welding jobs.
Okay, yeah.
And what I'll do is I'm going to set up a filter on the camera and put it on a tripod, so you can, so they'll be able to see exactly how I'm using this, and you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
You weren't looking right at it, though, were you? Looking through that?
No, I had my eyes closed. I just set it up before you didn't turn it on.
So if they don't, you thought there was text that time?
Yeah, sounds like it.
So if they don't get to see it well, don't fret about it. We'll do something about it later on.
That's right.
But see, that's hot. But that's why I like to do the TIG. You can see it looks nice, right?
It does.
And I'll just take that now and clean it all up, and then I'll. Technically, when you're welding or when you're painting aluminum, you should use etching primer. I'm going to use etching primer because I have it here. But I really don't need to use etching primer here. Etching primer is used to, like say for instance you were painting a piece of glass. You would use etching primer and then you would paint over. And what that does is that gives the paint something to stick to. In this case, I already got it etched because I've put it in the bead blaster.
Right.
So I don't really need technically to use etching primer. But again, I'm going to use it as kind of an insurance policy, and plus the fact I got it. So that's it. So now I have to do 3 more like that. Perfect. Okay, epoxy primed. Oh, sorry, not epoxy primed, etch primed. I had a brain fart that time, folks. This is what I used for anybody who wants to know what I used. That's what I used. Okay, painted, but not dry. It's painted with a semi-gloss. Why do I use a semi-gloss? Because it kind of matches the trim on the lights and the door rubbers and whatnot. Why did I use semi-gloss black, especially black? Because I didn't want to use gray or orange. Everybody always tells me they should have used the other color when I painted something, so I'm just going to nip that in the bud right now. I painted it black because I wanted it black. Anyway, we'll give that an hour or so to dry. Then we'll put the O-rings back on, install it, and that'll be it for that, hopefully. They're done.
They're done. Nice.
They're done. Right front.
They're done.
Let's have a look here. Let's have a look.
Have a look-see. Looky-loo.
My sling put back in there. See?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There you go.
Now you can...
Now you get a grip
Yeah.
on it, and
Yeah.
you can twist it.
You can get it out.
Sweet.
And I gotta get the other one from the other side.
Well, that's good. Oh, yes, you got this side done. Now you just got to put them on the other side.
Yeah.
Are all 4 different?
Yes, they all fit different. They're all slightly different sizes.
Are
Matter
they?
of fact, some of these won't go in the other tubes at all.
Gosh.
That's why when people ask to get them made, it's almost impossible because you don't know.
No.
Right?
There you go.
There. That's it.
Good job.
Not bad trying to do that since 2008.
Yeah, I know, but hey, you managed to finish it before year's end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all right.
So there it is, and can't be no busier. So with that, that's another little job done.
Yes, another one complete.
So folks, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, God bless. Hey, Santa!
Merry Christmas, Tom. Merry Christmas, Santa.
Thank you, my buddy.
No problem.
Got the other hand hurt. Merry Christmas to you.
Am I allowed to give Santa a hug?
Yes.
Yay!
And I get me gloves
Get
straightened
your
up.
gloves.
Enjoyed the video this morning.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. There's some jingle bells. Nice.
Well, boy, that's the first for specialty repairs.
Yes, Santa stopped
A
by.
personal visit by Santa.
Yeah.
What a man.
What a man.
I told you I'd be here.
Well,
Say hello to everybody at the...
Hi, YouTubers.
All the little kiddies watching now. Look, Santa made a special
Yeah,
visit to
just imagine.
specialty repairs.
Have you got any trouble with the sleigh?
A little bit, not much.
Yeah, well, if you got any trouble, do what you did last year. Just park it in the driveway and we'll go at it.
No problem.
Okay, buddy.